Hello everyone, and welcome to my Royal Family Politics channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Harry has lost his legal fight against the removal of his government-funded UK security. Harry had told the High Court that there was no possibility of keeping his children safe on UK soil following the security downgrade. The Sun's royal photographer Arthur Edwards said that Harry was stopping Charles from seeing Archie and Lilibet. Speaking on the Sun's royal exclusive show, Arthur said, "Listen, he's not only denying the king seeing his grandchildren. He's denying Archie and Lilibet from seeing their cousins George, Charlotte and Louis. They're first cousins, and he doesn't know them. I don't think Harry makes the final decision on that. I suspect he's probably in discussions with Meghan. I don't think she's ever going to come here again. If she does, I don't know when that's likely. Certainly, those children are grandchildren of the king." Arthur added, "They've got royal titles now. One's a prince, the other's a princess. They should be more respectful. Certainly, Harry should bring them to see the king whenever he can." Harry has vowed to appeal after the Home Office refused to spend taxpayers' money on his bodyguards post-Megxit. A judge ruled there had not been any unlawfulness in the call to pull Harry's security. Retired High Court Judge Sir Peter Lane added the decision had been justified, and was not irrational, as it had been dubbed. But the Duke of Sussex has vowed to appeal the judgment and claimed he is not asking for preferential treatment. The Sussexes were stripped of their round-the-clock protection when they stepped back from royal duties in 2020. Prince Harry went to officials with many concerns amid his battle to get security while in the UK. Today's findings have laid out some of them, including how Diana was treated, who's taking responsibility for his family, and how he believed threat levels were raised because of racism. Harry asked who would be willing to put him and his family in a position of extreme vulnerability and risk, a position that no one was willing to put my mother in 23 years ago, and yet today, with greater risk, as mentioned above. With the additional layers of racism and extremism, someone is comfortable taking accountability for what could happen. I would like that person's name who is willing to take accountability for this choice, please." The prince also asked if anyone had thought about the consequences of the decision to cut his security. He said, "Prove to me that someone has actually thought about the consequences without being punitive, which is how most of the decisions have been made in the last couple of months." Harry outlined, "The obvious difference aside from that is the fact that I was born into this and the threat will never decrease because of my status regarding the family." Arthur said, "So far, he comes alone and he goes quickly. He's no longer a member of the royal family. He's made it his intention that he doesn't want to be. I don't know how long that's going on for. I don't know how much more he can badmouth the royals. After all, he's not allowed in any of their conversations." He said in an interview with ABC in Whistler that he wasn't going to reveal what's wrong with his father. "I thought, well, it's the first time he's been discreet about that. Maybe he's changed his tune, maybe his father's warned him, this will be the last time I speak to you. If it's that, I don't know," but the conversation didn't last long. Half an hour, 20 minutes. Then the king was off to Sandringham. Harry could have got on the helicopter with him and spent the weekend with the king. But he was keen to get back. Whatever it was, it seemed to be more important than spending time with his family here. Harry and Meghan have reportedly changed Archie and Lilibet's names as they moved to unify. The children had been known as Archie and Lilibet Mountbatten Windsor, but the children have reportedly been known as Archie and Lilibet Sussex since the king's coronation. Archie and Lilibet will both go by the last name Sussex in a proud moment for the family which represents their unification, sources said. Last year it was revealed Meghan and Harry intended to use Prince and Princess for both kids in formal settings as Charles was now king, calling it the kids' birthright. A spokesperson for the Sussexes said, "The children's titles have been a birthright since their grandfather became monarch. This matter has been settled for some time in alignment with Buckingham Palace. Prince Harry's unwavering importance to the royals shouldn't be overlooked," according to King Charles's former butler. Grant Harold, who worked for Charles for 7 years when he was the Prince of Wales, believes that the Duke of Sussex will ditch California and step up to help out the royal family, should that be something they'd want him to do. With Charles out of action as he undergoes cancer treatment, and Kate Middleton sitting out royal engagements until after March 31 following her abdominal surgery, the firm is having to undergo a major reshuffle. It's difficult to tell, and it'll be interesting to see what goes on moving forward, Herald exclusively told the Post. Harry is a Counselor of State, so he is still a very senior member of the royal family, and if the time comes, he would step up if he needs to. While Harry might not be next in line to the throne, he's not that far down the line of succession, so his importance to the royal family shouldn't be overlooked, Herald said on behalf of Slingo, adding, "I think it's within all of their benefits to actually resolve these ongoing issues." Returning to the UK at a time of crisis is something that Harry has reportedly been contemplating in recent weeks. Although the father of two, 39, is being kept at arm's length from ongoing succession talks, it seems as though he could make a swift return to the royal fold as the family navigates several health woes. In fact, it's his wife, Meghan Markle, who is the apprehensive one when it comes to the idea of moving back to Harry's native soil. Meanwhile, 5,459 miles away in London, Prince William and Princess Anne are taking the reins from Queen Camilla as she's set to jet off on a quick vacation following a busy few weeks. Charles's wife is said to be exhausted from having to take on an extra workload following her husband's cancer diagnosis. Camilla, 76, has taken on 13 official engagements solo since news of the king's ailing health came to light. William, the heir to the throne, will now take on additional work as well as his aunt, Anne, the Princess Royal, and Prince Edward and Sophie, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. Could Harry's phone finally receive a call from the palace asking for him to return? It remains to be seen. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex dramatically moved across the pond after quitting as senior royals and leaving Britain in January 2020. While attempting to start a new life in the US, the couple have starred in a Netflix docuseries, launched a controversial new website, released a book and held explosive interviews about the royal family. In a bid to branch out to the celebrity world, the Sussexes are often seen making appearances at glitzy events, including the Bob Marley, One Love premiere in Jamaica in January. But they were branded insensitive for posing on the red carpet with Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who wants to ditch the monarchy. Last month, Harry said King Charles's cancer diagnosis could have a reunifying effect on the family. He made a transatlantic dash to see his father at Clarence House on February 6, but they only met for around 45 minutes. There had been reports that Harry was willing to return to a temporary royal role to help out the slimmed-down monarchy, with Princess Kate also recovering from abdominal surgery. But palace aides later said there was no way back for Harry. Speaking about Harry and Meghan's time since leaving Britain, royal author Angela Levin said even Americans are getting fed up with the couple's hypocrisy and whinging. She told The Sun, "I think endless moaning puts off Americans because they like people who are go-getters rather than those who blame everyone else. They also don't like the attacks on the royal family, especially as they so loved and admired the Queen. Their unpopularity was made clear when they were mocked and humiliated in an episode of South Park last year." The satirical cartoon launched a series of attacks against the couple in an episode of the show, which was entitled The Worldwide Privacy Tour and depicted the couple embarking on a publicity blitz to promote the prince's new book, Whack. At one point, they were seen stepping off the plane holding signs which said, "We want our privacy," and "Stop looking at us." Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.